Hi there, I've got a question here from Adrienne about the trimming of calluses. How do you trim a callus? Now Adrienne, with me personally coming from a rock climbing background, I used to have calluses like you wouldn't believe across the fingers of my hand. And the trimming of calluses became an incredibly important thing to do, because if you didn't trim a callus or trim your calluses regularly, what would happen is they'd become too thick, they'd become jammed when you were busy rock climbing, and they'd literally pull off your fingers in a painful motion that rock climbers refer to as getting a flapper, because you'd have this ripped off chunk of skin that was flapping off the inside of one of your fingers, and it's painful and not highly recommended at all. What some of my friends would do is they would use things like nail clippers and nail scissors to literally cut away the excess callus skin. But personally, I wouldn't go for an approach like that, especially when it comes to running and calluses on the inside of your feet, because what would tend to happen is that if you're using something like a nail clipper or nail scissors for your callus skin, that will tend to leave a couple of sharp edges. And those are sharp edges that can catch on the inside of your shoes, on the inside of your socks, and cause you additional discomfort, which is something that you're not actually really wanting to have. So, from my perspective, skip on the nail clippers and nail scissors, but rather use something along the lines of a callus file, even a nail file, emery board, something along that type of line, to file away the excess callus skin. Because by doing that, you're leaving a surface that is smooth and that you'll be able to give you the least amount of discomfort. Also, very importantly, remember that when it comes to the calluses on your feet from your running shoes, those calluses formed there for a reason. So in other words, there was some sort of friction between your foot and the shoe at that point, and as a result, the callus was formed. So if you take too much of the callus away all in one go, you'll leave a tender area of skin that will be limiting you as far as the amount of running that you may very well be able to do after that, simply because you've now taken this calloused area, which is a skin build-up as a result of some sort of friction. Take that all away, you've got the soft, tender skin underneath, which means that you may very well pick up a blister through the process, which is something that you also don't really want to be having at all. So, that's my take on the matter as far as calluses are concerned. Use a callus file, emery board, something like that, rather than nail clippers or nail scissors. And also, don't take all of the callus away in one fell swoop, because you'll leave some really tender skin underneath, which may very well knock out into a blister or a raw patch of chafing on the next run that you go out on. Post any comments and questions you may have down below. Don't forget to share this out amongst your running friends. If you like this type of content, give me a thumbs up. If not, thumbs down. That way I know what type of content to be putting out in the future. And last but by no means least, down below there is a big red subscribe button. Click that, and that way you can stay subscribed to my channel for all of the new content that I post out on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis. Stay carved up for the win out there. I'll be seeing you next time. Cheers.